right, and welcome to Delta Park, sports fans. We're in for a good one. It's a picture-perfect evening here. Temperatures are just cooling off, but spring has sprung in the Willamette Valley. We're up at Delta Park in Portland. I'm Benjamin Efren with Dave Hall working the color, and we're in for a treat tonight. It's the Wilsonville Wildcats and the Central Catholic Rams facing off in a varsity girls lacrosse match. Dave, I know you've been studying the rosters and the standings, and what are we in for tonight?
We're in for a great one tonight. By the way, if you're familiar with Strasser Field at East Delta Park, it's great facilities when the sun is up. When the sun goes down, the temperature drops. The river's right over here, and it gets a little cooler here at night. But this is a matchup of top 15 teams in the state right now. Wilsonville at 3-3, ranked number 9 in the state. Central at 4-2 are ranked number 13. So this is going to be a good matchup. These are both teams with great records. By the way, here's an interesting oddity. Central Catholic girls, they are ranked number 13 in the state. Where do you think the boys are ranked?
Number 13.
How about it, huh? They are ranked number 13.
I mean, a proud tradition of athletics at Central Catholic, that's for sure. And Wilsonville, they're no slouch, and they were a pretty confident bunch on the sideline. I had the pleasure to introduce myself and have a quick interview with Grace Richards, the coach. She's a George Fox product herself, played college lacrosse, and they're a confident bunch. They're looking to really move the ball around today, work on passing, unselfish, move without the ball, and try to score. On the other side, we had a nice chat with Becca Josephson's dad, who's done some coaching and looking for big things out of Becca tonight. She's the goalie, and she's going to have to play a central role if they're going to keep this potent Wildcat offense, in check.
I had a nice conversation with Sharon Zemp, who's the head coach of the Central Catholic Rams. She was the Oregon Girls High School Lacrosse Coach of the Year last year. So we've got great talent at the coaching position. By the way, I'm from Ohio. She's from Pennsylvania. We managed to jabber at each other a little bit about the rivalries between those two college teams. So it was kind of fun. But she told me the players to watch for Central tonight, number 23, Maeve Kelly, and number 25, Emma Moran. Those are players we should keep our eyes on. In goal tonight for the Rams is going to be Rebecca Josephson. You were talking with her dad, and we might have a chance to talk with him during the course of the game, maybe at halftime a little bit. So
yeah, seemed pretty knowledgeable about the sport. On the other side, Wilsonville, in my conversation with Grace, they really want to generate the offense out of their middies, Taylor Smith, Kate Planke, and Jalen Schwein, to provide some of that spark from the midfield to get the machine going.
You were telling me something about the Wilsonville goalie, Kat Elliott.
Yeah, she's entertaining some D2 college scholarship offers, and I had a nice little chat with her actually as I was walking over. She was really bright and confident and pumped up. So she was really connected and ready to go. I'm looking forward to this one tonight.
Wilsonville is one of those high schools that's good in all the field sports, soccer, lacrosse. They manage to always have great programs. They're pretty good too in baseball and softball.
Nice program. We've got Central Catholic Rams showing up in the white uniforms this evening, and the nice navy blue for the Wilsonville Wildcats as we get ready for the face-off. Lights are on. The breeze has picked up. I'm glad I brought a nice little down vest because I too was anticipating a temperature drop.
The Rams have a couple of basketball players on their team. Number 32, Theo Bradford, and one of my favorite players, number 29, Paige Pierce, who's back on defense. She was one of the star players on the basketball team, so I'm excited to watch them show off their lacrosse skills.
Yeah, show off some of their aerobic fitness. And here we go, face off, center of the field. Just like that, we're underway. 50-50 on the possession, and Wilsonville's going to scoop it up. quickly, Katie Klein right on cue, and she's going to get the offense going. Still Katie. She's going to work it all the way back, throw it back to the X.
This is a game of position, cutting, going behind the net, passing around the outside. You'll see a lot of that.
Katie with a nice little spin. She's going to work her way and dispossessed nicely. The Ram defense able to knock it loose.
Paige Pierce.
Yeah, Paige Pierce in a battle here. Hasn't gone out. And now I hear a whistle. Possession stays with the Wildcats.
Well, we got a second. I'll give you the JV score. Central Catholic won the JV game 18-2.
Oh, how about that? Well, the future's bright for Central Catholic lacrosse. And here's Wilsonville on the attack. Weaving and dodging now behind the net on the X. That's Emmy Tim still on it and dispossessed. Swarming Central Catholic defense here is unable to clear their defensive third. And a wild scrum. I don't know what the whistle was, but it's a Wilsonville ball. Here's the restart. Finley Blankenship. Maybe another foul and we're back at it. Finley still on the ball. She's going to kick it over to Taylor Smith. Taylor Smith dips the shoulder, dives in there, still in possession. And a nice cut and a beautiful save. Becca held her nerve, held her position, and a quick outlet. We're going the other way. Addie on possession. Eddie Hartmeyer. She's going to keep it, double teamed, using her body nicely, and she ran out of bounds. Jalen Schwein to get us started again.
One of the differences between boys and girls lacrosse, boys can hit each other with the sticks.
Aha, yeah, we're not going to see
that.
Too much checking and slashing. A little bit of an overthrow on the pass, and Central Catholic is going to take over in their end. Becca Josephson's going to get us started from the goal. And a lot of pressure being applied against Central Catholic. They break it nicely, and away we go. Addie Hartmeyer just weaving her way through traffic. Lost possession. And have a 16 on our, we'll have to get confirmation who's wearing the 16 tonight for the Central Catholic Rams.
Okay, I'm looking. I don't have a 16 on my roster either.
And a beautiful outlet right into the net of Katie Kleink, and away we go. Quickly forward up to Jalen Schwein. You can tell they're really integral parts of the offense here. We've got a whistle. And it's going to be some kind of infraction. The ball's going to go back to Central Catholic.
We have 4 12-minute quarters just underway.
A dip of the head, and here is 16. We need to know who she is because she's on a marauding run and looking really strong in possession, cradling the ball nicely. And Central Catholic's ready to set up their offense. It's live. People are backing off a little. There's a little shimmy shake and a nice dump down. It was really a nice offensive set. The shot just went a little bit high. And the closest to the ball when it went out will be Central Catholic. They're going to retain possession in the offensive end.
Coach Zemp told me they're down some players, so 16 might be a JV player that's been called up, but we'll get that information for you.
Coach called them swingers. They swing in between the two teams. Great experience. Young players getting some minutes with the varsity side. Back to 16. No slashing, no gloves, huh? See a lot of cutting off the ball. Central looks to get their offense going. Some moves, gets it to her strong right hand, can't pull the trigger. And now that was Emma Wilson, but another infraction. Central Catholic is going to get us restarted. No, it's going to be some kind of free shot. She missed it, and here comes Wilsonville in possession. Nice pass.
Okay, I got the situation for you on 16.
Oh, excellent.
You were right. Somebody wrote on our roster that Marin Luthvia was number 16, and she in fact is.
Okay, good to know. Seems like an important player. So Marin Luthvia is now our 16. Very important update. All right, Wilsonville trying to get it going here. It's Juniper Hansen. Kick it over to Taylor Smith. Run down nicely by Wilsonville. Still on the attack. Gonna throw it into the X and reset. Looks like Milan De La Cruz on the ball. A lot of motion. You can see Wilsonville's really running people off, and it works to perfection as Juniper Hansen cuts to the top of the crease, and a nifty shot, beautiful offensive possession, and the first goal of the game is going to go to Wilsonville.
4:59 the time on that to go in the first quarter.
Really create all the off-ball motion. She ran herself into a nice offensive lane and had a good look. Coach has got to be happy about that.
The offense is set up kind of a semicircle around the net and then run cutters through all the time, and try to run screens and whatever they can. That time they ran a cutter through. Hansen got it, put it in the net.
Yeah, nice shot from Hansen. Can you actually set like a basketball-style pick?
I believe, I'm not sure you can actually pick somebody, but I think you can screen.
We'll have to ask Becca Josephson's dad to come up with a little clarification on what you can and can't get away with there. Face off at the center. And 2 for 2 is Katie Kleinkitt winning the face-off and getting the possession for Wilsonville.
You know, one of the stats they keep is number of face-offs that you win, and that's a big, big important stat. And people can make all-state teams just based on that alone.
You know, I was doing a little bit of research trying to prep for this. I'm relatively new to the sport of lacrosse, and that was certainly an important talking point. You can work yourself a college scholarship. Face-off, get off, or something like that. I'm a FOGO specialist.
All right.
And here's Central Catholic. Let the ball run and a nice little poke forward.
You know, on boys' teams, a lot of times the person handling the draw, the face-off, is a football player.
Right. And Emma Wilson harassing Gabby Barrett. There's some kind of infraction. Looks like we're going to pull it back and go the other way. Did you catch the infraction?
Looked to me like a stick violation.
My bad.
And I think this is some kind of a free restart. It was my bad on trying to intercept it, as she did anticipate the pass. That must have been a foul, and here we go.
It was
quickly
high stick
on her horse. You can tell that there's plenty of get up in Addie Hartmeyer's quick feet. Seems to be a lull, but there's a live ball, and just quickly in front of goal. Let me take it myself, and a lovely save. Kate Ellett stands tall.
That's reminiscent of hockey plays, where you come around the side of the goalie and just throw it in.
The old wraparound.
Yep.
Again, Kate Clank, definitely part of this transition, and the nice spin move. She's an athlete. Still on the ball. And the cutters. Wilsonville really running a lot of motion. A nice little spin out of Kate. And Becca with another good save. Becca's doing her part so far. The one goal, it was not a ton she could have done about it. Yeah, Merritt, pretty fast. Now, over to Mauve Kelly. Nice spin move out of Kelly, still on it. Looking, probing, shooting low and scoring. That was Mauve Kelly on the beautiful. She just picked her way through, waited, took her moment and scored. Beautiful goal for Central Catholic.
That coming at 1:59 left to go in the first.
Evens the score at 1 apiece.
You can see Central's idea is to come down the left side. Maybe they have a little bit more speed over there. The defense isn't as strong over there. They've been setting their place by coming down the left side, and then they've been moving from left to right. That time Kelly moved from left to right in on the goalie, got the goal.
Well, Addie had a lot of pace in the midfield there. She was a player to watch, and you could tell that she's just fleet-footed and athletic. Shot goes high, out of bounds. Looks like it's gonna stay with Wilsonville. That's Ari Avila to get us going. Kick it over to Hansen, the goal scorer. And dropped and recovered. Taylor Smith on it. Taylor weaving through. Looking for an option right in the middle. Beautifully taken. And a goal, Amanda Tufts. That motion offense working really nicely for Wilsonville, getting themselves into dangerous position. And it's 2-1 Wildcats.
The time on that one, 1:19. Lacrosse is one of those sports where goals can come in bunches really fast. You can make up 5-goal deficits in just a short period of time.
A lot of action. I can tell that it's aerobically demanding. So we'll see who's the fitter team, you know, deeper into the second half, and maybe that'll affect the flow of play. Restart and 3 for 3. Wilsonville's won all the face-offs. Clank, she's quick. Really gets it across and into this offensive zone in a hurry. Blankenship weaving and well defended. And there's some contact. That was Paige Pierce to come in and dispossess, and she's gonna get to restart it. A scoop and go. Still Paige Pierce. Nice little pass, some contact. She's gonna fight through it and weaving her way. That's Mauve Kelly, the goal scorer. Stolen. Wilsonville quickly. Finley Blankenship. Finley still on the ball. Powers her right shoulder down. And a nice save. Becca able to get the job done. Wilsonville's going to get the restart in the Central Catholic offensive third.
There was a foul there. It was tripping as they went back.
Uh-huh. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Is there a number of fouls before you foul out?
No.
Unlimited fouls. Must be a nickname for somebody that fouls all the time. Well, Dave, what are your thoughts of the first quarter here? 2-1, Wilsonville lead. Exciting.
Both teams seem to be feeling each other out. 2-1 is not a big score in a lacrosse game. Both teams have had some opportunities. Both teams seem to be able to move up and down the field. but we haven't had a lot of successful shots on goal yet. The two for Wilsonville, one at the 4:59, one at the 1:19 mark, and Central's goal at the 1:59. So we did have 2 goals in the last 2 minutes, but pretty even so far.
I think we have 2 strong goaltenders in this match as well, facing off against each other. I did notice that Wilsonville won every face-off, and we'll see if that becomes a bigger factor, and if they keep, who knows if they're going to get all of them, but, you get the lion's share, it's definitely a difference maker.
And watch, each one of those have been pop-ups too, where you're battling for the draw, and you get your stick and you flip it up in the air towards the other goal.
Do you think that's by design and intentional?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or some people in the face-off try to move it on the ground, either through the legs or straight forward. Well, we got a second. Let me give you the top 10 teams in girls lacrosse
please do.
in the state right now. No, there's no surprise at number 1. It's also the number 1 boys team, and it always is. It's Jesuit Crusaders.
How about that?
Number 2 is Grant.
How do they do it, Dave?
Coaching.
Coaching, huh? Do they spend a little more money on their coaches?
Yep. Jesuit 1, Grant 2, Lake Ridge 3, Oregon Episcopal 4, Westland 5, Lake Oswego 6, Lincoln 7, 8 is St. Mary's Academy, 9 it is these Wilsonville Wildcats, and 10 is Westview. I mentioned Central at 13.
Yeah. And that's 5A.
Central, well, Wilsonville's a 5A school, but they don't divide it up like that in lacrosse.
Got it.
Everybody plays open. But I think that's a great observation that Wilsonville has won every single face-off, and that just means you have more possessions than the other team.
Clearly, and they've taken advantage.
And they have.
Yeah, me too. Maybe a string of them. Yeah.
All right, face off to start every quarter. We're ready for the second. I see Mauve Kelly, and I don't see who's taking this face off. She's probably the one who's won it, and we switch sides. Yep. See if Mauve can turn the tables, and she does. And Central gets their first face-off win here. Really a nice pass out of Marin, and possession continues for Central Catholic. Got to set up the offense behind goal. EX. Not as much motion. Are you seeing as much motion out of Central Catholic?
No.
They seem a little more stagnant on the offensive end. That's Kelly. Kelly, quick. And she's behind the goal, looking and looking, and the defense of Wilsonville is really just cutting off all these angles, but there's a nice little step.
Kelly tried to set that up for a little wraparound coming from the back player, and didn't get her stick down enough to get her shot on goal. It went over the top.
Yeah, and Becca held her position nicely, it seemed, cut off the angle. Emmy Tim. That's Ari Avia.
Go for it.
And a quick first step. That was Finley Blankenship. She's been a big part of this Wilsonville attack.
See the difference? Wilsonville comes down and they're running
a free shot here?
Yes. That's a penalty, gets a free shot.
Penalties. She's fouled in an area, and oh yeah.
And just lobbed that over the goalie.
Yeah, she was really nice and patient with her stick work. You could tell there was probing fakes, and then she seized her opportunity and just slammed that thing at the top of the net.
Who was that on the goal?
That was Finley Blankenship. She score again?
No.
Nope.
First goal.
person who gets fouled have to take the penalty shot?
Yes.
Let's go, May.
Waves in center field again with this face-off. And a flick back, and that's 2 in a row.
See her jerk that up in the air and send it back?
Yeah. I don't know if she was taking the early ones, but she's going to kick it back to Kelly. Kelly probing and spinning quick through traffic, and she's fouled. They kind of sandwiched her.
Get a penalty shot on a foul in the crease there, but you can see how
here we go.
Central sets up.
Kelly with her penalty shot. And the quick low, and what a big save for Becca. Back on offense, and Lutvia draws the foul.
That was actually a save for Kat Ellen.
Oh, yes. Correct, because we flip sides. Thank
Right.
you. Nice save, Kat. There's Hartmeyer. Weaving and working her way behind into the X. She's looking for her shot, isn't she? And she can't quite get it off. Well defended. Emma Wilson stepped in, got a stick on that, but right back. And that was Lucia with the goal? No, that was Hartmeyer. Actually, I'm not positive who scored, but Central Catholic gets one back, and it's 3-2. Fast-paced, hard-hitting action.
Shooters look for trends in the goalie to go high, go low, whatever. And for right now, it seems on Ellen they've been going high.
Yeah. So what are we? All right, here's the face-off center.
Wow,
And,
4
in a row now, I think it is Central Catholic. So they've really turned the tables there on the face-off wins. It's been a game of streaks.
Did they switch people on the face-off?
I'm not positive. Here comes Wilsonville the other way. Klein. And she's speedy, fleet-footed through the whole defense. Now she's going to wrap it around, take it back to the X, and get things set up. Kick it over to Hansen. Hansen looking. Wilsonville, lots of cutters. A lot of off-the-ball movement. That's an errant pass, and it's intercepted by Paige Pierce. Good
Different
team.
strategies. All that movement by Wilsonville. Central comes down and they set up more.
Yeah. They're just streaking up the right hash. What a run. Still on. Let's get a number. Can she call her own number the whole way? Did she run into the crease? Kelly, we're going to have a penalty. Central Catholic trying to tie this thing up. And that was some kind of design set play gone awry. Looks like she was trying to get her teammate on the back post and pretty easily intercepted by Kat Ellett there.
Did you see they went high on her again?
Yeah. Nice transition play. Here's Finley Blankenship. She's going to cradle the ball and switch hands and just go right down Broadway. Well defended Central Catholic gains possession. Here's 10. No, that is Anne-Marie Edgar. She's going to get it over to Hartmeyer. Hartmeyer. Just Energizer Bunny. Here she comes again. And her progress is impeded. We're going to have a foul. I've been impressed with Addie Hartmeyer. She's clearly an athlete. Addie's going to get it back. to Ludvia. Swing it over to Mauve Kelly. The names we've called the most. Kelly's just going to slow things down. Setting things up, a fake or two. Waiting for the play to develop. Or call her own number. Kelly, quick first step. Still Kelly. Mauve Kelly looking for her shot. She swings over to the left. Probing and going low and scoring. I believe, yes, scoring. Mauve Kelly's equalized. It's 3-3. Momentum swinging Central Catholic's way.
Second goal of the game for Mauve Kelly.
It just always seemed like it was her number. It was like an isolation play. But she's clearly got the athleticism to take care of business.
She probably spun around 3 or 4 times, held it up high a couple of times, looked low a couple of times, and then let it go.
And who knows where her eyes are going,
Right.
trying to mislead the defender.
Rams with the last 2 goals even this up at 3-3.
Yeah, and Kelly, the goal scorer, is going to take the face off. Wilsonville's lost, what, 4 of these in a row after winning the first 4. It's an interesting dynamic. And 5 in a row for the Rams. Here's Kelly. She's got to be so fit. This doesn't look tired in the least. There's a pass, goes astray, and she's just going to escort that over the end line and regain possession. Smart play. Ava Milanovic to get, and here goes Wilsonville. Back to the keeper, Kat Ellett. She's good at distribution and talking to Coach Richards. And here it is, right on cue, way down the field. The catch can't be made, though, and the Rams quickly the other way.
Rams are starting to control time of possession.
It's Hartmeyer just weaving her way, and there's a whistle. Not exactly sure the call, but I think we're going to get another penalty for the Rams to try to take the lead. Fans cheering on it. Hartmeyer, and a very nice save out of Kat Ellett. She looked it into her goalie's catcher.
And it was another high shot. She had her stick up there.
That's right. That's right. Maybe the halftime team talk. That pass is nicely intercepted. Here come the Rams. Quickly forward. Theo Bradford. Still Bradford in the game now. Yeah, 1 on a million. She's going to bring it back and try to get the offense going here. Bradford on the cradle. Kick it back to Ludvia. Ludvia. Back to Kelly. Kelly. I know she likes to work. Still Kelly. Back to Bradford. Bradford's going to go behind goal. A nice attempt to center and get something. It's a loose ball. A good battle. And Kelly is going to pick it up, go again for the Rams. Ludvia clears 1-on-1. Quick probing steps. She looks like she's just got some great quicks. Kelly wants to spin, fake the spin. Now she's going to go left. Creates a little space. And well defended. That's Kaya Hicks, tasked with the serious responsibility of keeping Mauve Kelly in front of her. Battle won by Kaya Hicks this time around. Bradford is going to run it behind goal. Looking still with her own number, nicely dispossessed by Wilsonville. And that is Hadley Drews who's in the game, able to collect. Over to Bradford. Bradford back to Kelly. Kelly looking and waiting. Still just not as much motion in this Central Catholic attack. Seems like a little bit more of an isolation offense. Now it's Emma Moran's turn.
Like, easiest baby ever. Like, you just
Behind the goal goes Hartmeyer. Still Hartmeyer. Cradling, kicks it over to Bradford. Bradford looks like she's going to go strong to the right. Bradford into space. Medium power on the shot, and Kat Ellett saw it all the way. That long distribution is not going to find anybody, and pretty easily collected by the Rams. Fighting through traffic and fouled. It was Anne-Marie Edgar.
Kind of a strange change in strategy. Wilsonville was running the ball all the way up with great speed. Now they're making long passes and losing possession.
Right, they got it a couple times, and Coach did praise Kat Ellett's long passing ability. However, you can see when the strategy breaks down, it's an easy turnover.
Minute left in the first half.
It's been an exciting, well-played half, and here we are 3-3. We'll see if somebody can get a decisive goal before half. Get something to think about in the team talk. Well done. That's Bradford battling through traffic and keeping possession for the Rams. More of the same. Losing it, fighting. And that's Hadley Drews, excuse me. A good little battle, but Wilsonville's going to regain possession behind theirs. A lot of contact. And Emma regains possession for the Rams. Parents are into this one. Kelly. And Kelly's going to draw more contact. It's those quick feet.
She has great spin moves. She's got a great jab step.
Did you say she was a basketball player? I'm sure she is, isn't she?
No.
No, well.
Bradford is a basketball player, and Pierce. And a very successful season for the Central Catholic, and they were two integral parts.
What a move, a run. That was like an and one. She scored the goal. Marin Lutvia seems to be a star player. It seems, I mean, she fought through the contact and scored. I don't know really what the call is here.
3 straight goals for the Rams.
Yeah, that's on the board. And the referee need a mic on her so we can know exactly the explanation. But I saw a lot of contact, and Marin Lutvia just fighting through that contact, getting a great shot low. Like you said, they've shot high a lot. That time they beat Kat Ellett to her stick side down low in the corner. Nice goal. Central Catholic.
Wait just a second. That may not be a goal because they're not coming out to line up for a face-off.
Maybe.
Well, maybe they are. Appears to be some confusion. Referee is over at the scorer's table.
Interesting. It'd be amazing if this was 17 seconds to go in the game and it was to take a 1-goal lead. But we'd really have some drama on our hands.
Players are all set up for a face-off, so I'm assuming.
It just seemed to me that she was the player getting fouled and receiving the contact, fought through it and scored. I don't know if there's any kind of continuation foul, or look at that, maybe she's awarded a free face-off. And that's what happened.
Exactly.
The foul resulted in an extra possession and maybe a chance to add one with 9 seconds to go here.
You're right, Ben. That's what happened. It was a penalty.
It was. There's only 1 second. They're not going to get the shot off. But really a great half for the Central Catholic Rams here.
Down by 1, they got 3 goals to take the lead at 4-3.
Right, down by 2 at one point.
Exactly.
And the underdog. You know, if you look at the rankings in the state, so they're really having a great showing for themselves.
3 goals in the first period. Wilsonville got the first at 4:59. Jennifer Hansen Then a goal from Central Catholic, Maeve Kelly at the 1:59 mark, and Wilsonville came right back. A goal by Amanda Tufts at the 1:19 mark that made it 2-1 at the end of one. Second quarter goals, Finley Blankenship for Wilsonville made it that 2-goal edge at 3-1. That at the 10:17 mark. At 8:55, the first of 3 straight Central goals. Number 21, Addie Hartmeyer. Then the second goal coming by Maeve Kelly, her second, the 5:59 mark, made it 3-3. And then the goal by Marin Lufvia at the 17-second mark made it 4-3 Rams. That are also a penalty on that. Gave Rams the ball on the face-off, not able to score. 4-3 are scored half.
I mean, at this stage of the game, Maeve Kelly is the MVP of the first half. I mean, she came in and won all of those face-offs in a row. She's got 2 goals. She seems to have endless stamina to move the ball up and down into the offensive third here. So we'll see. She keep that going, and Central Catholic can pull what I think I'll call an upset, a slight upset.
When I talked to Coach Zemp before the game, I said, "Who's the player we should watch on your team?" And she said, Maven Kelly, or Maeve Kelly.
Yeah, Maeve Kelly. Yeah, she's she looks like she's got a bright future, maybe a college career in front of her as well.
All right, shorter halftime here. It's 5 minutes. If you want to
That's
just
fine.
keep talking. Or
I don't know. Let the folks at home make a snack, use the restroom.
Okay, then that's what we'll do. We'll take a break. We'll come back with about a minute to go before the start of the third quarter. So we'll take a break. Our score here at Strasser Field at East Elder Park, Central Catholic 4, Wilsonville 3.
I think she walked right home. Yeah, there you go. I know. Seriously. Yeah.
It is.
I know.
It is. So the whole.
One of your parents were in the insurance industry. They didn't let you drive till you were like 19. I remember it was like, your license, yeah, me driving it. No, my parents still won't let me buy it. Yeah, they do too. Mom and Dad, they went into too.
The whole thing is.
Yeah, well, it's funny because my brother Tim took me to write ours. They did not do anything. And I failed the first time. They didn't even know I had went. But in Washington, like, I think it's already passed driver's test, and race test. You take the classes, and then when you're done, you do all those. You print it on the day.
I don't know, it's like the perfect, I don't know, it couldn't get, 28, Sunday, so, yeah, usually I take that first race of 17 hours in Colorado, but I think I'm just going to go probably to Salt Lake, I need to do came back from this part. So take it a little bit slower. Yeah, and I got the trailer, so if I get too tired, I'll just go over and get it quick. So we got it.
I guess it was
I'll be there for 2 minutes.
like Marley
Now we get to so the boys compete. So we're usually on the strongest man on Saturday. No, so Grant is the novice. He's already qualified.
Just like me, like I'm totally fan. Yeah, they were telling me they're from Ireland. Like, they were going to take this championship to Ireland. They said the same team and triple canceled. So, yeah.
They're
My
on
siblings are from
4th,
Oregon.
and then the following Sunday.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. We are here at Delta Park. I'm Benjamin Efren, here with Dave Hall, and we are calling the varsity girls lacrosse game between the Central Catholic Rams and the Wilsonville Wildcats. And Dave, quite a first half. Thoughts?
You know, I was mentioning to you that it's not unusual in lacrosse games for there to be really high scores. This is a relatively low-scoring game. Defense has been good. Both goalies have been outstanding, especially the goalie Ellen for Wilsonville. She's been under pressure the whole second quarter.
Yeah, contrasting styles I've noticed. I've seen Wilsonville really running a lot of motion off the ball, cutters. It was working early. I don't know what kind of adjustment Central Catholic made, and Central Catholic seems a little more direct in their approach, a little more isolation, and Mauve Kelly's a star. 2 goals, a lot of facilitation for her teammates in transition, and I'm looking forward to seeing what transpires here in the second half, and we're just about ready for the face-off to get us going.
Wilsonville would be wise to maybe put a couple of defenders on Kelly because she has been free a lot.
Well, she's free because those feet are so
Wow.
fleet-footed, and Kate Klein at center to take the face-off. And yet again, the streak continues for Central Catholic, and away goes Maren Lutvia. She's got her own goal. She's going to kick it right into Mauve Kelly, we can't stop talking about. And Kelly's going to slow walk her way into the offense before the hesitation and the nice footwork. She's probing, but Wilsonville's got 2 players.
Kelly has a lot of confidence, and it rightfully so.
Yeah. You see her, Lutvia. She's going to circle back behind the goal, get things started from the X. And now 360 all the way around, cutting inside. And a whistle. Maren Lutvia is going to have her own free reset right here in a dangerous area to try to add on to Central Catholic's lead. Maren, she's going to hippity hop her way in there, but nicely cut off by the Wilsonville defense, and she doesn't get a shot off. There's Bradford, your basketball player. Bradford, kick it over to Hartmeyer. Hartmeyer probing and cradling.
And she played well in the first half too, Hartmeyer did.
Right, back to Moran. Emma Moran also was highlighted as a player to watch. Emma, you know, it's got space in front of her. Kick it over to Bradford. Now there's a little more motion off the ball. Back to Kelly. Kelly's the one they want in this position. Quick first step. That's an offside symbol if it's the same, and a turnover. 4-3's our score, 9:48 to go in the third quarter. Pass back to Kat Ellett to get that distribution out of the back here. And Kate Klein, she's clearly an athlete herself there. Nice little work up and pass.
By the way, she's a sophomore.
Only a sophomore, Taylor Smith, but it's a turnover, and Central Catholic just growing into this game. Bradford weaving her way. She's going to get behind the net to get things going. Here's Bradford probing. Drews involved, and Drews is knocked over, but no whistle, and here we go, Wilsonville.
Come on, defense.
With a quick counter attack. That's Kaya Hicks on the ball. Kaya Hicks with a move. She's taking it herself. Hicks still going. Kaya Hicks with a nice little pass inside and an absolute lovely save by Becca Josephson. Becca cleaning things up and back.
The excellent goalies can get that stick down between their legs and block those low shots. She was right on that play that time.
Good looking counter attack, and she needed to be there to keep the lead for Central Catholic. Oh, well battled back for, and the ball does go out of bounds. And the ball's under the bleachers.
Okay.
And the clock is running.
Have to get our crew back there to go down and get
Right? Oh, there should be an extra, and the referee's going to ask the timekeeper, rightly so, to stop the clock.
Now, I can't think of a sport that isn't efficient enough to have a spare ball or somewhere.
Right.
Soccer has it in the goal. And
Soccer, they make you give the ball back. I think that MLS is missing something. They need to be the first league to let you keep it as a souvenir.
I agree.
It's pretty good press. Okay, Juniper Hansen, she's got a goal. Here's Juniper. And met by the Central Catholic defense. Back into that motion offense. Wilsonville, what a quick first step. Finley Blankenship. She's got some burners.
And she has a goal already tonight.
Got a goal, and I think she was fouled, and it looks like Finley's going to get the restart, try to even things up for the Wildcats. A lot of cradling action. She's going to go in, get the shot off, and Becca really standing tall in goal for the Rams.
And that's 2 blocks on low shots.
Right. I'm sure her dad's pretty proud. He's got his own camera rolling. Who knows? Maybe he's doing his own commentating over there. Oh, a loose ball kind of scooting right through the crease there. Go ahead.
My friend Mike Parker, who does the Beaver games, the Oregon State Beaver games, that's how he got his start, sitting in the stands with his own little recorder doing games.
Amazing. What sport does he do?
He did that in baseball, but he does all the Oregon State stuff. Football, basketball, baseball.
Oh, wow. Sounds like a talented guy.
Graduate of Oregon doing Oregon State games.
Mav Kelly, well, a lot of graduates of Oregon doing great things out there.
Oregon State made him an honorary graduate.
Just a little plug for my Ducks.
Right.
Proud alumni from 1996. There's a restart. A shoe tie first. Looks like Mav Kelly's going to get a chance to extend the Central Catholic lead. Here's the restart. Quick step to the left, gets her shot off, and off the end line. A defender possibly kept that out. Quickly, here comes the counter. Juniper Hansen on her horse and going. Go ahead.
Oh, that shot by Kelly, I think, hit the post.
May hit the post, and then well cleaned up by the Wilsonville defense. There's a turnover, and Becca She's having a whale of a game. Becca Josephson, serious talent in the Central Catholic goal.
Wow.
Nice job, defense.
Fun to watch the midi play, getting the ball up and down the field here. Marian Lufia, she's gonna get it back over her partner in crime, Mauve Kelly. Kelly swinging over to Genevieve Phelps in the game now. Phelps back to Hartmeyer. Hartmeyer gonna put on the brakes, a little shimmy shake, and well defended. Try to get a number for you here, but it's still Hartmeyer. Maybe she did finally lose her defender. That's Katie Kleink. Staying with it. Hopefully I'm doing all right with your name, Katie. Kleinky?
Let's see. Kleinke?
Kleink. I'm going with Kleink. Maybe we'll get a parent over here to set us straight. Nice. Good footwork, and she's fouled. It looks like in a dangerous area.
You know, in football players, they call that move a jump cut.
Maybe she, yeah, jump cut. Good observation. I didn't exactly see the call. I thought she had drawn the contact, but Wilsonville's going to take possession. Back to that strategy. It worked some of the time. No. Cat's just going to take a little easier outlet pass. And nice moves on the little hezzy. Ava Milanovic showing off her open field abilities. And quickly, is that Blankenship? Finley Blankenship drawing the contact. And maybe a good opportunity for Wilsonville to try to tie this match up.
Here we go, Becca.
Go defense.
Ram parents cheering on the defense. Quick shot, they go low and they do get the goal. And right.
Here we go, Ram.
Yeah, I thought the scorekeeper got that backwards at first.
Right.
They equalized the match and we're back on level terms at 4 apiece. Seesaw affair, what a good game.
Who got that goal?
I believe that was Finley Blankenship.
Okay, her second goal of the game.
Let's
Yeah.
go, Meg.
Here we go, Ram.
She opened the scoring in the second, opened the scoring in the third.
Yeah, off the free reset there. Drew the contact herself. There's that pop-up play. And now Wilsonville's got a face-off. Quickly the other way. Jalen Schwein.
Good job, Telly. Woo!
Did the Central Catholic D? No. Back and forth.
Go out.
Cackling geese migrating overhead. Heading up to the Arctic Circle to breed.
Paige Pierce in the corner with her stick up in the air. She's about 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2".
It's a
Stick
big
up in the
target,
air.
and that's a gorgeous goal. Cutting right down Broadway is Taylor Smith. There, the movement off the ball really pays off. Beautiful distribution, and the off the ball move by Taylor Smith gets herself into great position and a good shot. And just like that, Wilsonville's back up.
Here we go, Ram.
Goals, 43 seconds apart for the lead.
Let's go, Rams.
It does seem like a lot of the momentum is predicated on winning a face-off. So here we go again. And that same pop-up, you got to field that one clean, and Wilsonville's back on the attack. That's Schwein. Schwein's going to kick it down. Got to get a number there. Wilsonville working it around and continuing to impress me with the runs off the ball. Flaring through the middle, Amanda Tufts. There's the goal scorer. Loses possession, gets it back. bodies on the deck, and what's the call? Yeah, things are getting heated out there. This is great. Here comes Central Catholic. Marin. She's cut off. She's going to flip it over to the left. A little dipsy-do. Back over to Hadley Drews. Drews going up the right side. Too much contact. She's going to draw the foul. And here we go. We don't have a number 12 on the Rams.
It's it's Eleanor Black.
Eleanor Black. There it is. We do have a number 12, and it's Eleanor Black. Here's Bradford. Bradford cradling, working it over. Back to Ludvia. Ludvia probing, drawing a ton of contact. And that's got to be one. With a chance for the Rams to get back on even footing here. It's going to be Marin Ludvia in a great position to get a goal here. Bounces down and past the stick. You know, Kate Ellett holds her goalie stick up so high there, inviting that low shot. And you didn't have to ask Marin twice. Tucked it in by her ankles. Evenly matched affair here. 5-5, 23 to go in the third quarter. We're setting up for a real exciting fourth quarter.
That was Ludvia that got that goal?
Yeah, Marin, she's a star as well.
That's her second goal.
I'm impressed with Central Catholic. I thought they had their work cut out for them. They're really putting in a great fight.
2 goals for Kelly, 2 goals for Ludvia. The other Central goal was Harmeyer. 33 seconds left.
Got Kelly, and I'm trying to see who's in on the face-off for Wilsonville. Charging that second ball, Wilsonville gonna get it back. That's Schwein. Schwein still on the ball, and she took some contact up high. Quick restart. There's only 19 to go in this half. Pass, it's gonna be intercepted and almost dribbles over the end line. That's only 10 to go. 10 to go. Hansen. Central Catholic doing a nice job of playing some defense here, not in front of your own goal with only a second left. And it's going to be 5-5 tie going into the final quarter. Dave?
Pretty exciting action, you know. 1 goal lead for Central at the half. Even up now. Been just exactly a well-played game.
Love it. Back and forth. Both teams playing good defense, both teams scoring timely goals.
You brought up a great point. The team that wins the face-off in this match certainly has an upper hand on that offensive action. We'll see here in the fourth quarter who wins these face-offs.
Right.
It's actually been pretty equal, but we've had runs back and forth.
Exactly, which has made for an exciting, it's been runs, a game of runs in all facets, really. From face-offs to goals to goalie play. It's a great introduction to this fast-paced, exciting sport.
I mentioned the JV score was 18-2. That's those are the normal goals for a lacrosse match. 20 goals in a game is not unfamiliar. We have half of that in this game.
Defensive thriller. We've got a pitcher's duel. Yeah, cooling off a little bit. The wind's picked up. I mean, we're very close to the Columbia, so that east wind can kind of whip right down the gorge and catch us here. Great facility. Played a lot of soccer games myself on this field, and a bunch of turf fields. The Saints Soccer Club comes out here. The shopping mall is in a transition period with some anchor tenants leaving, and Dick's left and went up to Jansen Beach.
By the way, Oregon Sports Beat will be bringing you baseball and softball next week. Baseball on Monday night, softball on Wednesday night. Go to OregonSportsBeat.com. We have our schedule up. You can see when, where those games are. The baseball game will be at Walker Stadium at Lens Park, and the softball game will be right here at the softball fields at Delta Park.
What a great time of year. Days are getting long, warm. Golf season's in full throttle. Girls lacrosse.
I know you're a golf fan. Were you
Baseball.
happy with Rory McIlroy over the weekend?
I was. I enjoyed
too.
that. Emotional win, drop to his knees, you know, and he persevered. That double on one really gave him a good wake-up call, and Bryson was the one pressing. Rosie had a great tournament. Yeah, what a gorgeous spectacle, the Masters. That was a different face-off style out of Kelly. She seemed lined up a little more next to the Wilsonville player, but Wilsonville's going to come away with it. 5-5 tie here. Just getting underway in the fourth quarter. That's Taylor Smith who's going to take it back to the X, get things going. A lot of motion and well defended. That was Paige Pierce. She's been really at the heart of that Central Catholic defense, knocking down those centering passes. A good look, and here goes Kelly. She's on her horse. Just zigzagging her away down the field. A good pass. Eleanor Black recovers.
Here we go, Eleanor.
Eleanor back to the X. Wide open. It's Bradford. Here's Emma. Weaving and probing. Emma Moran. Going to slow it down. More cackling geese. It's a higher pitched call than the Canada Goose. Hence the moniker cackling.
Wilsonville 9, Central Catholic 13 in the rankings. Winner of this game will be in the top 10. Loser probably won't.
Yeah, a lot on the line here, and it's been an entertaining affair, and Central Catholic has regained the lead. Dave, did you see who's getting congratulated there? I think that was Addie Hartmeyer.
Okay.
She's been an important part of this Central Catholic attack. And it's 6-5, 10-18 to go. Ram parents pretty excited over here. They've been a vocal bunch.
Think of this, the Rams have 6 goals, 2 by Hartmeyer, 2 by Luthvia, and 2 by Kelly.
Soccer, we call that a brace. I don't know if it's got a lacrosse name.
Go Rams.
We'll see who wins this all pivotal, all important restart. A loose ball gathered up by the Rams. There's the goal scorer, Hartmeyer. Kick it over to Lutvia. Lutvia, nice passing. Central Catholic looks confident. This is Kelly. Back to Lutvia.
Doesn't your son play first base in baseball?
He sure does.
Well, he might be a good lacrosse player then.
Too many sports on his plate.
Oh, okay.
Between soccer, baseball, and golf.
Wow, he is
I'll take him
talented.
bowling every once in a while.
Right, there you go. Talented kid.
Talented kid. Sure love that little dude. And his daughter, his sister, my daughter, I don't want to embarrass her too much, but she's running on the Grant track team. We're very proud of her.
Wow.
Improving times every time. She's running the 100 and the 200. Good camaraderie on that sideline. Look, some contact, but no whistle, and here we go. Wilsonville.
Let's go, defense.
Now they find themselves down. What kind of strategy are they going to need to press the issue? Good passing out of the Wildcats, right down Blankenship. She sized up her shot options and decided to get back to the X and restart things.
Ben, Wilsonville looks like they have speed, and why they haven't exploited it more, I don't know. If they turn up the jets a little bit, they'll get down a little quicker, maybe have more opportunities to score.
Well, we'll see as we get further along and closer to the final whistle if they're going to have to change their tactics depending on the score. Maybe they'll equalize it right here. Back to Blankenship. Blankenship's got that quick first step. That's Juniper Hansen, Hansen. Very gifted athletically as well. A nice little scoop and dash. Unable to weave herself. There's Blankenship. Blankenship shoots and scores! Finds the upper V. 6x6 goal here in Lacrosse. What a match we're being treated to, Dave. Back and forth we go, and it's 6-6.
And what is that for Findlay Blankenship?
Is it a hat trick?
It is a hat trick.
It's a hat trick. Just a lot of probing, hesitation moves. It'd be interesting to watch her eyes as she's really looking for that opening.
Blankenship scored in the second, the third, and here in the fourth.
All-important restart is gathered up, lost, and reclaimed by the Rams. Ludvia knotted at 6, chased down by a couple Wildcat defenders. She retains possession. Good pass over to Kelly. Kelly's slowing it down and looking around. It's an interesting little lull here. They're all it's almost like in basketball. The point guard gets the call from the bench and waits and then gets the offense set and go. Here goes Kelly.
Kelly has
drifting to her left.
She has 2 goals, but hasn't scored since the second.
Well, she's trying to change that. And well blocked off Ellett. And Ellett with the long distribution right on the money. Unable to catch it. Taylor Smith couldn't get her basket on that one. And then Blankenship really doing the dirty work herself with the steal, scoop, and score. A star in the making. She's probably already a star. Findlay Blankenship getting the job done, and Wilsonville reclaims the lead.
Goals a minute, 3 seconds apart to take this one to 7-6.
She just took the initiative. She was dispossessed. She went right back, caused the turnover. I think we've got a timeout and an exciting pivotal moment of the game here. 7-6, Wilsonville lead.
Going to have a timeout on the field.
It's like the first timeout, I think.
It is.
Yeah.
Rams want to talk about it. They managed to get the lead at 6-5 and now giving up 2 goals a minute apart to Blankenship. And fall behind at 7-6. We got 7:10 left to go.
Yeah, like I said, Blankenship just took the initiative. She re-stole the ball back, knocked it right out of the Ram basket, made a move, got a shot off, just kind of taking the initiative, taking care of business herself.
That all started with the long goalie throw from Ellett that went all the way over midfield.
Live and die by the sword. Kate Ellett with the excellent distribution. You think this is more strategy or inspiration kind of pep talk?
Inspiration.
Yeah. This is dig down, deep time. I'm sure players are getting winded. I know what it's like to get winded all too well, and this is the time that a little bit of nerve and determination can win out. And clearly, nerve and determination on display with Findlay Blankenship. Can't say it enough.
If you're the coach, if your players aren't motivated by this point in time, I don't know what you can say to them to motivate them other than to say, there's 7 minutes left to go and you're down one.
I don't know. Throw a chair across the field, little Bobby Knight.
Okay. Yeah, it was orange before that. But our neighbors do. So when it was orange, our neighbors across
Well played game.
the street, like orange. And the boys
Great game. I've really enjoyed this, Dave.
You know, and since we had 7 goals in the first half, we've had 6 goals here in the second half.
excited about it. It's fine.
Timely goals. And I have a feeling we're not done.
You know, for Central to come back and take the lead, and Wilsonville not to crumble, come right back with 2 goals by Blankenship a minute apart. Well, that shows character.
You bet. We're really in store for something. Here's Kelly for the Rams. What kind of answer do they have? Does Kelly have? You know, this is kind of a battle of stars here. And really quickly, she just anticipated that well. Jalen Schwein, nice job on collecting the face-off, the second ball there.
Speed again for Wilsonville off that face-off.
Let's see the call here. It looks like it's going to be a restart. Schwein's going to take it for the Wildcats. Some kind of clarification. She looks a little confused. Maybe she's about to turn the ball over. No, she's going to get some kind of shot. You know, I didn't see that one, but the Ram defense has a chance to set up. Doesn't look like she's going to get much of an open look at it. Here's the whistle and the restart. Getting pestered from behind, able to get by Kelly, going for the steal. All right, here we go. Blankenship from the X. Looking for those cuts. Now gonna take it herself, get into that danger area, too much contact.
Well, I don't think the Rams wanted Blankenship driving in on the net by herself.
Well, it looks like there's gonna be a restart with her in a pretty decent position to do just that. See if she can get into the area with that first step, get that shot off. It's just what she did, but she missed the target. Held in, it's gonna stay with Wilsonville. A nice back check. Really good defensive presence. We've seen it all game out of Paige Pierce. Still Wilsonville. Really? A lot of calls. Feels like she's tightened her grip on the whistle there. Restart for the Wildcats. Again. And a shot, nice save. There's Becca. And a necessary one, but a turnover on the distribution. Going right up the gut, that's Gabby Barrett. Gabby's got some quick feet. Barrett back to Smith. Smith down low, a good look in a great dangerous position. And Becca with the big all-important save to keep it a 1-goal lead.
You know, sometimes the ball's right down in front of you and you put your goalie stick on top of the ball.
Yeah, why not?
Did.
Clearly an experienced netminder. Blankenship, quick, goes to the backhand. Misses the target, but Wilsonville's going to keep possession. Nice centering pass, a spin, a bounce pass, and another goal. That's 15, Kate Clank. And that's a 2-goal lead for the Wilsonville Wildcats. They've battled all the way back. A little bit of insurance.
We haven't had a 2-goal lead since a 10-17 mark of the second quarter.
They came into this match the higher-ranked opponent, and they've had their money's worth with the Central Catholic Rams, a feisty bunch. Maybe Wilsonville's finally hitting their stride, and but I don't put anything past Central Catholic. 4 minutes, 7 to go.
Let's go, Rams.
Right.
3 straight Wilsonville goals.
Timely goals. Wilsonville back on possession, and there's Kate quickly forward, a good pass. Nice feet. That's Schwein. Schwein's gonna go back to the X and get things started. Calling her own number, Schwein comes in, goes low, nice goal. Jalen Schwein, and they're pouring on a little bit of insurance. You can see the excitement, and Wilsonville feels like maybe that was the goal they needed to put this thing away. And now with 3:48, Dave, what kind of moves does the coaching staff have here for the Rams to try to ramp up their offensive pressure?
Boy, those are disheartening too. You know, that goal was 19 seconds after the last goal, 4 straight goals.
Yeah, Wilsonville turned it on here in the fourth quarter, and they're not done yet. Here's Blankenship right up the gut. Loses control.
You pointed out something earlier, Ben, about making the plays off the face-off, and the last 4 face-offs, Wilsonville has won them all and scored off of them.
Yeah, and here they go again with a really good-looking, right down, and what a save. Becca stands tall. I picked that ball up, it's hard. I don't see like knee and shin guards on the keeper. Certainly not on the field players.
Right, if you think that ball is like a tennis ball or something,
No,
it's not.
It's much harder.
It's more like a baseball.
Yeah. I would not be excited to catch that thing. And content to play some keep away, I'm sure, is Wilsonville. I don't understand how to try to turn the tides and take some chances and put more offensive pressure on, but it's certainly evident that playing keep away is a good way to hold on to a lead. Clock running. Wilsonville in control now with a 3-goal lead. Blankenship behind the net. Couple moves. Oh. Gets it knocked out, but right back. And Schwein gonna kick it in. And yet another foul. It's been an active whistle. And Kate has a chance to really salt this thing away. Kate Kleinke in, well defended. Time is the enemy here for the Central Catholic Rams. 140 and ticking, and stuck in their own defensive third. Yeah, maybe a little high contact and an apology out of Paige Pierce. She's had a nice game on the defensive end. Good sportsmanship. And right back into her defensive responsibilities, and another foul. Nine to 6, just a hair over a minute to go. Looks like Wilsonville's going to persevere here, but it really has been an entertaining up and down, back and forth kind of match. Becca, yet another save. Last minute of play. What do the Rams have in them? Some contact. Another whistle. One more goal scoring opportunity yet? No. Wilsonville celebrating on the bench, and they've got the ball back. Taylor Smith. Plank. Yeah, just a sophomore. And here she is again. I like the way she cradles that. Looks like she's about to hit a home run. Bounce pass and a bounce shot and yet another goal. Icing on the cake, 14 seconds. Kate Kleinke.
Her second goal of the game.
She's done so many other things, really moved the ball up and down nicely in possession. Ran her butt off.
We started the fourth quarter 5-5. It's now 10-6. 5 goals.
Yeah. A statement quarter for the Wilsonville Wildcats.
Those 5 goals coming in 8 minutes.
Yeah. Central Catholic can get a shot off. Doesn't look like it. Blankenship, she wants more. Nice interception for the Rams, and that's just about going to do it here. Dave, what a joy. And the long shot that almost would have counted. It just missed the net. 10-6 is our final score. Wilsonville really turning it on in the fourth quarter.
Second half, Wilsonville outscores Central 7-2.
Yeah, they really showed what they were made of. Great turnout, you know, parents on both schools. It's just, this was a good atmosphere.
Central came into this game 4-2. They fall to 4-3. Wilsonville came into this game 3-3, and they go to 4-3. So now the teams have the same record.
Right. Maybe they'll get a rematch later in the season.
The story of the game, well, there was multiple good stories. Good goaltending for Wilsonville, good play from their younger players, good on the face-offs, but Finley Blankenship, 4 goals, 2 of them in the fourth quarter.
She was fun to watch. Really enjoyed watching Finley, and great to be part of this broadcast. Always a pleasure working with you, Dave.
That was fun.
All the professionals at Oregon Sports Beat.
By the way, remind everybody, baseball next Monday night, softball next Wednesday night. Those start times, I believe, are around 5 o'clock for the baseball game, 4 o'clock for the softball game on Oregon Sports Beat.
Yeah, exactly. Just go to the website, OregonSportsBeat.com. Tons of action. Spring is upon us, and support your local athletes here. All right, Dave, what a pleasure. Everybody, you have yourselves a great evening.
Nice out.